Welcome in to the Arkansas Sports Network's Hometown Sports Football Preview, proudly presented by Arkansas Tech University, D3 Auto Sales, and Metcalf Trucking and Trailer Repair. Today we sit down and visit with Cedar Ridge Timberwolves head coach Scott Morgan. This Pigskin Preview is sponsored by First Community Bank.
Hello, my name is Cedar, and I'm with Arkansas Sports Network. Who am I here with?
I'm Scott Morgan, Coach Morgan. I'm head coach at Cedar Ridge High School.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
So, what would your expectations be for the upcoming season?
To improve on last year, basically we're moving down in classification. We're going down to the 2A level. We've got what I think is a good schedule for us. We did well last year. We were a lot of underclassmen. We got a lot of experience coming back this year, about as much as I've ever had. So I just expect us to improve and get better on where we were last year, and then we do what we're supposed to, let the wins and losses fall into place.
I like that. That's a good approach. How would you describe the team's strengths and weaknesses going into the season?
Our strength should be our offense. We've got about 90% of our offensive production coming back from last year. We've got our starting quarterback coming back. We've got starting running back coming back. We've got 3 receivers coming back. About 90% of our production and points are coming back. So with that type of experience, we should be better barring injury. So I think we're definitely ahead of the curve on offense. We need to work on defense. Defense was our Achilles heel last year. We can move the ball and score some points. We've got to get better on defense. That's been one of our focuses here since practice has started. But again, the good thing is we've got a lot of people coming back. We've got some experience. So if we can find a way to make a couple of extra stops a game, I feel confident in what we can do this year.
Sounds good. So, what changes, if any, have you made to the team's style of play or strategy?
The main thing has been defense. Again, offensively, we haven't touched it too awful much because we got so many people coming back from last year, so much experience and whatnot. Don't really want to fix what's not broken from the offensive standpoint. We might have added a couple of wrinkles in, but most everything's the same. Defensively, we've changed up our scheme just a little bit as far as the type of coverages that we're using, the type of defensive fronts we're using. We're trying to put some of our players in a better position that we think they can be more successful in. But based on last year, the majority of the changes are occurring on the defensive side of the ball. Again, just to try to get a couple of extra stops, thinking that offensively we'll be able to hold our own.
Trying to be a powerhouse.
That's always what we're trying, but to say that's always the plan.
Sounds reasonable. How have the players been preparing in the offseason?
We've had the weight room since the end of last season. We've got our off-season athletes, 7th period, and they've been in here in the weight room basically since November, and we've been lifting hard, running, seeing all sort of increases for the ones that have been in here in their maxes, bench press, power clean, squats, jerks, all of those lifts. Haven't been able to get everybody in because we've got a lot of multi-sport guys. Some of them play basketball, some of them play baseball. So they've still been active in whatever they've been doing and been successful in that. So, but the ones we've had, we're just getting bigger, faster, and stronger.
Sounds good. So, can you share any standout players or emerging talents on your team?
Oh, I'll probably be here a while again with so much coming back, but we've got our starting quarterback, Aiden Jones, coming back. He was an all-conference player for us last year. He's a dual threat quarterback. He's got a good arm. Matter of fact, he's one of the top pitchers on our baseball team who made a big run in the playoffs. Good arm. He can throw the football, but he's just as good a runner as well. So teams have got to kind of be weary of both. We got all of our backfield coming back from last year. Jace McNeil and Cash Martin. They both ran the ball effectively, scored touchdowns. Jonas Elms, he's kind of our do-everything guy. He caught touchdown passes for us. He ran touchdowns. He even threw touchdowns. He's kind of the do-all type of athlete for us. Bentley Bullington, he's one of our receivers. He caught balls last year. He's coming back. We're expecting things from him. Wesley Horton, he's moving to tight end. He was an offensive lineman for us last year, but he can catch the ball, so we're moving him to tight end where he can still block, but we're expecting good things for him receiving. Lawson Bruce has come out for us. He plays basketball. This will be his first year with us playing football, but he's an athlete. He can run, he can catch, and we can already tell he's going to help us on offense. On defense, Keith and Dunn, it kind of revolves around him for the most part. He's our middle linebacker. He's all conference defensive player for us, led the team in tackles last year with about 80. Put good pressure on the quarterback. Things kind of start with him. Wesley Horton's kind of anchoring up front for the defensive line. And I said those are kind of the defensive guys that we're building around, and all of the scheme that I talked about earlier. We're trying to kind of build around them and hope that our defense can catch up with the offense. But offensively, I know that was a lot of names out there, but we've got quite a bit of guys coming back, so we're expecting some good things from them.
Seems like pretty experienced offense.
Very experienced, and there's probably some names I'm even forgetting. We got so many coming back on that side of the ball. So experience can be a good thing. The main thing is we just have to stay healthy.
That's always good.
Yes.
So, any key adjustments to your coaching strategy at all?
Not so much strategy-wise. We've got a couple of adjustments on the staff. I mean, what we do and how we do it is pretty much the same. Last year, it was my first year here, and we had a couple of first-year assistants. So it was all trying to kind of learn each other while we're trying to learn the players at the same time. But now that we're comfortable with each other, we've got Josh McAnally. He's going to be taking over the defense, basically. He's going to be our defensive coordinator. I'll be handling the offense. It'll allow us to focus more on one side of the ball rather than getting distracted when I'm trying to call offense, worrying about defense, or vice versa. When I'm on offense, he can worry about and be fixing defense on the sideline, and vice versa. When it's defense, I can be making offensive adjustments. It's not so much a strategy as much as sharing. We're just sharing responsibilities and a little bit more delegation. And we'll have a brand new coach, Austin Krieger, who will be joining and just trying to mesh in with us, and he'll be leading our receivers and secondary, and he'll be in charge of the special teams when it's all said and done. So even though technically I may be head coach, it's kind of a delegated thing where we're all trying to basically work together to take pressure off of each other, but make things better as an overall whole.
It's a great strategy.
Thank you. I hope it works.
Are there any specific opponents you're particularly preparing for?
We're preparing for all of them. I mean, no one specific. Whoever's up next, that's who we're concerned about. We've got team camps throughout the summer where we'll see a lot of those teams, and they'll see us too. So no one will really be particularly new. Whoever we're playing, that's who we're going to be getting ready for. Obviously, each week we line up, we're going for the win, but we're not looking ahead necessarily to any particular opponent, because on any given Friday night, if you look over somebody, they can come up and bite you and take advantage of it. So we're just going to try to focus on the ones in front of us.
That's a great strategy. One team at a time.
Thank you.
So, how are you supporting players both on and off the field?
We're here for them any way they need. I mean, if they need us in the classroom, they need us for help with school, grades, whatever. We're supportive of the fact that we want them to be multi-sport athletes. I know we're out here with football, but the way we see it, the more sports you play, the better athlete in general you're going to be, and better athletes make everything good. So we want people to play, and we support them and want them to do well in basketball. We want them to make runs like they have in baseball and things of that nature. So we want to do what we can to make them better football players, but at the end of the day, we want them to be as successful as possible in everything they do, whether that's sports, whether that's class, whether that's work. I mean, we want them out here as much as we can, but if we have to work around work schedules, something like that, we're not tyrants. We're willing to work with people who are basically willing to work with us because we understand stuff is going on, and we're just trying to make everybody's life fun out here, but also better when they're away from here in whatever way we can.
Trying to make me live the best life.
Sounds
great.
Thank you.
So, how do you approach leadership development within the team?
Well, I'm a big believer in lead by example for the most part. That's what I try to do as a coach. That's what our assistant coaches try to do, and that's what we try to stress. Now, I know a lot of people, they want to lead by talking or whatnot and stuff like that, and there's something to that, but I would prefer them to see us working hard and want to work hard along with us, or our players. I'd rather them see their teammates out there striving, working hard on the field or working hard here in the weight room, getting that extra rep, doing what's required in here, and hopefully that drives and motivates rather than just me yelling or screaming or some other teammate yelling or screaming. There's a time to raise voices and things like that in my mind, but after a while that gets old, and that tends to just go in one ear and out the other for the most part. We prefer to try to do it by a leadership is you see it. You don't hear it, you see it, and I think they bought into it. You can definitely tell just by looking who the leaders are, and like I said, I'm proud of where they've come from.
I really like that. What are your goals for the team this season?
First of all, the goal is to improve. It's to improve and continually get better each and every week. And our belief is if we continue to improve, if we go through the process and we do what we're supposed to do, wins and losses will fall into place. Obviously, everyone steps on the field and everybody wants to win. No, everybody wants to go win when they play, but you got to put in the effort to go win. And if we see the improvement, we think we'll get the wins. Obviously, we want to win games, and at the end of the season, we want to be in the state playoffs. We want to qualify. We want to be able to be in the state playoffs, and then it's just a week-to-week basis. Hey, you win, you keep going. And then we want to win all of our games. So everybody always wants to win all the games. We would love to be conference champions, but the main thing is the improvement. If we take care of business and we improve, wins and losses will take care of themselves. But hopefully we're playing at the end of the regular season when other teams are sitting at home. Hopefully we're in the playoffs and we're still taking care of business.
Sounds good. Gotta put in the work.
Always have to put in the work in everything, not just football, but everything.
That's true. So, for the playoffs, what are your expectations of how far your team can go?
I don't know just at this point in time, if you can say how far, you want to go as far as you can. You want to go all the way to the end. I mean, you line up at the start of each year, and your goal is to play the very last playoff game and win it and be a state champ. That's your ultimate goal each and every year. Before you can get to that, you have to qualify for the playoffs, which is what I was saying. Well, you can't be a state champion until you actually qualify for the playoffs. So that means, again, getting better week in and week out, winning enough games to qualify, and then it's like basketball, baseball, football, it's anything. It is a week-to-week thing. Then it is survive in advance. But if any coach tells you when they start the season that their ultimate goal isn't to be in the state championship game and try to win the state championship, they're lying. That's what everybody wants. But we can't concentrate on the last game until we're through the first game, the second game, and until we actually qualify, and then we just play and try to take care of business.
Just gotta win one game at a time.
Exactly, like how you put that.
How does the team connect with the school and local community?
It's a small town. It's a small town school. The whole town basically revolves around the school. I mean, and I've been in some places where towns and cities are a whole lot bigger, but in a place like this, everybody knows everyone. The school is the center, is the heart of the community, so everybody is supportive of one another. Everyone wants these players, these students, to be as successful as possible, because the community is the school, and the school is basically the community in small rural places like this. So we want to do as much as we can for town. We want to be a good example whenever we go anywhere, because when we go somewhere, when people from out of town see us, we're representative of the community here, and we want to make sure we're showing and we're doing the right things. But again, like I said, to start with, in a town this small, town is the school and the school is the town. You can't separate the two in a place like this.
Good community friends. How important is community support to the success of the team?
Oh, you can't get around it. I mean, just like we have multiple people or churches or businesses or whatever that help feed the parents, that help feed the players on game nights and things of that nature. We have parents or community members or school personnel that do things for us throughout the year. We can't do everything ourselves. We don't have the time, the capability. It kind of goes back to almost the question before. It takes a village, basically, and it takes everybody in the community helping out, and then we hope that we can just be a good example for all of those people that have helped us out and go out and perform and give them something to be proud of. But it makes my job as a coach so much easier knowing we've got these parents and community members and businesses that are willing to help, and that's great for our players, and it also helps take so much stress and work off our plates as coaches. So I can't say enough about it.
It takes lots of teamwork.
Yes.
So, what are the most rewarding aspects of coaching this year?
Just to see these guys grow up and improve. I mean, it's the relationships. At the end of the day, I mean, you want to be around them, and you hope that they want to be around you, and they're learning and they're getting better, and they're having fun. That they want to be out here, that they want to be around you, that they want to learn, that they want to get better. And when you see them grow physically, emotionally, mentally, everything, and you see them have success, ultimately, that's what it's all about. I mean, you can say it's wins and losses. Wins and losses are going to come from year to year to year, but each year you get a new set of players. Now, some of them are returning, but we'll still have 10th and 11th graders from last year coming back, but then you got a new bunch of 10th graders, 9th graders that are moving up to mix in with them. So you're always getting a new group, but you just want to see them grow up. You just want to see them get better, and you hope you get a relationship that 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road that they come and they shake your hand, they give you a hug, and they tell you how much they appreciate it and how much they learn. And again, hopefully it's not always just football. Hopefully it's just being a better person and putting them in a position to be more successful in whatever they choose to do.
Sounds very good.
Thank you.
If you had one word to describe the team, what would it be?
One word to describe the team. Ooh, that's a tough one. One word would be it's a word in coaching that can be good and bad, but for this upcoming season, one word I would say would be potential. I think we have very good potential, but the one thing with potential is it can end up being very, very good because you're expecting good things, but potential isn't achieved yet. We've still got work because potential can fade out and you're not quite as good. You've got to put in the work. I think we have a chance to be very, very good. So I would say our potential is good. We've got to put in the work and make that potential reality.
It's a great word.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Coach.
Hey, I appreciate you doing this, and thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks again for joining us on the Arkansas Sports Network's Hometown Sports Football Preview. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Arkansas Sports Network on YouTube to catch more previews and all the latest updates on your favorite teams.